So, what's going on, people? I want to talk about something that I touched on before, but I saw some things yesterday, yesterday evening. I didn't do the video, so I said, all right, no, I'll do it tomorrow, no problem. And I'm looking at different videos of content creators talking about up and coming games and Nintendo Switch 2. Now, here's my thing. When I go on anything related to Nintendo, whether it be their website, their YouTube, their Instagram, their TikTok, I don't see any information. I don't see any information on any system, any game. I don't see any advertisements. So, only thing I hear is content creators telling you there's leaked footage. And when you watch the video, there's no leaked footage. Only thing you see is pictures of said Nintendo Switch 2, which we don't even know if it's legit or not. I mean, people can make damn anything now. So I don't like to do videos to tell you that something is happening when I don't know for sure. So I haven't heard anything. I've heard nothing from anybody from Nintendo. Now, in terms of the price, I hear people saying, oh, it's going to be $500. It's going to be this or this. So, okay. Type it in. No news on the Nintendo Switch 2. And even if you go on Google, you know what it will direct you to? The very videos that you were just watching saying, the new Nintendo Switch 2 leaks are here. We have footage. So, let me give you my thoughts on some things. And I deal with reality. Okay, I'm all about what we can prove. I'm about the truth. I choose truth over comfort. Because if I'm comfortable with thinking something that's false is real, then the joke is on me. All right? So, I'm looking at the photos. They had a comparison of side by side, right? Now, the Switch 2, okay, the alleged Switch 2, you notice a size difference. Like it's noticeable, right? So I'm saying, all right, now let's look at it this way. Let's say if and when it is coming out, and I'm not saying that they don't have one on the horizon, but what I'm saying is until I hear from them and everybody's leaked footage, it's always leaked footage. So basically then we can't go by anything. I'm hearing channels saying that they're supposed to let us know in February. Okay, then I'll wait till February. And then we'll hear what's said. Now, I heard people, read comments, I heard people say things like it's supposed to be $360 or this is supposed to be that. Okay, here's the thing about that. Out of all these, the big three consoles, okay, the big three companies, let's say it like that. I've said this before. The only company that really has room to make another system, being that they're going to make it much stronger than the original, than what they have now, is Nintendo. And for that to be the case, if they sold it for the same price as the current Switch, yeah, affordability would make people go, oh, okay, it's only, $300. Well, here's the problem. That also will make them say, okay, we've already had a Switch Lite, another Switch, a Switch OLED. This is the same price. How much stronger, how much better can the system be? Does it make any sense at all to make another system that's just a little bit stronger than the one that they have now? You have a few more features that this one don't have. No, it makes no sense. And for that amount of money, even if it was the same price, that's still a lot of money. You're robbing yourselves. This is why We have one version of the Switch. The only thing I had to do was buy another set of Joy-Cons because we had that drift issue with the original ones after a while. Other than that, what am I buying a new Switch for if it's not stronger? I mean, much stronger. So for that to be the case, there's no need to make the system bigger if it's not. So one would believe that, yeah, if that's true, if those pictures are legit, that this Switch would be way stronger. You can see it's a very noticeable size difference. Now, the thing is, if they do that, and they have backwards compatibility, fine. And they should, because if you look at how long the Switch has been out, I'm pretty sure a whole lot of us, I know I do, and if you have eShop and all that, you have a huge library of games. Just to, okay, now you have just another system. So that would be great. And the same way how they did it with the GameCube, the Wii had made a version of the Wii that you could still play GameCube games on. That's the one I have. But this needs to be something where the actual games for this new one is way stronger. Like you look at it and go, oh yeah, this is way stronger than the original Switch. Graphics are way better. The frame rates, everything. Okay, now we're talking. Like this is the upgrade that they needed. We didn't need an OLED screen. We didn't need a Switch Mini. More power to those who went out there and bought it. I didn't see the purpose. The hell do I need a smaller version for, or just a different version for? What do I need? What do I need that for? And I'm someone who grew up playing Nintendo, and it's like I'm not like, hey, I'm Team Nintendo, rah rah. No, I'm not wasting my money. Okay, now let's look at this. I have a Switch. We have a DS. We have a Wii. 360. Series X. 1X. Let's be real, people. A whole lot of us have multiple systems. A whole lot of us have games we haven't even fucking played. Games that we've never completed, never got halfway through. The majority of the games that I was buying was for my sons, to be honest with you. They didn't got up here now. So a lot of those games they've outgrown. You know, games like Back at the Barn, you know, Cars, Disney, stuff like that, they've outgrown. So certain games they play, then there's certain games that they don't play. Now, my library is huge. Just like DVDs, Blu-rays. Now you have streaming apps. Now, if we knew that back when we was loading up, spending money every other damn paycheck, just buying a bunch of movies, see what's all right, we wouldn't have done all of that. I'm a collector. No, I buy the movies to watch, and then I watch movies over and over. I always, let's throw that on. Yeah. So now I still have a Blu-ray player, and I can also watch Blu-ray in 4K and all of that on my Series X. But let's be real, y'all. Haven't you noticed when you go in Best Buy, you go in Target, you go in Walmart, that their movie selection, like it's considerably smaller. They've downsized all of this stuff. All of these movies you see, the majority of everything you see in there is old. Old. So, you remember when you went in Best Buy? Best Buy had all the big TVs up, and they had every video game system hooked up to the TV. You go in there and sample. Remember when GameStop did all of that? Walmart did that. You go in most of these same stores I just said right now, and they don't have it set up like they used to. Most Targets still have, they might have a Nintendo Switch hooked up, but that's about it. Nothing for the PlayStation, and it might vary in certain places, but you guys have noticed it's been a complete slowdown. Not in just video games and everything. Movies are not coming out as fast as they used to. Listen, here's how this goes. Back in the day when they had what you call 8 tracks, when they had record players, when they had cassettes, then they had CD, all that shit phases out. DVDs, when is the last time you saw a DVD player in the store? And you do know that if you see one, it's something that they never sold, or something that was probably bought and sent back or whatever, and it's been just sitting there. Nobody makes DVD players anymore. They don't even make Blu-ray players anymore. Okay, so if you find one, guess what? It's old. Doesn't mean it doesn't work. But my point is, at some point, that's going to phase out as well. Now, all of this streaming shit, what you see now, why do you think the movies are not like they were? You have freaking Netflix and Hulu and Disney and Max and Tubi and all these YouTube movies, all these different, Sling, Pluto. You have all of these different movie streaming apps. And guess what? People are tired of spending money on everything. Now, just bring this to your attention. To have Nintendo eShop, to have, Game Pass, to have a gym membership, mortgage, electric bill, water bill, car insurance. Who the fuck is willing to go out and keep spending $500 on a goddamn gaming system every time it come out? $70 games, $100 game, like who? So in terms of the gaming industry dying down, and listen, greed causes a lot of this shit, a lot of ignorance, and you have a lot of, let's just say it, you have a lot of stupid people, from the consumer to the sellers. Let's be real. Now, I was looking at the new Atari, and I'm saying to myself, okay, so $150, it's a lot cheaper than everything else, than the big three. But look at what you're getting. Let's just be honest about what we're getting. We're paying $150 for a system that has nothing but old games that we've already played 1,000,000 times in the past. And we need a new Atari handheld for that. For what? Game controllers. That comes separate. $60. Now, this is if you want to hook your Atari up to your TV. Right? So now you have to buy the game controllers separate. Now you spent $149, just say $150. Now you're spending $60 for a controller. Well, if you're playing with multiple people, how many controllers do you need? You understand? And if they have an online service, yeah, you're gonna have to pay for that too. And if it's not some type of paid subscription, then it can't be much. Why? Because if it's online play, they have to have something to come with that. Because guess what? Even if they're not charging you something, and put it to you like this. The question was asked, are you guys like new games? And that guy was hoping like hell. He said, yeah, there are new exclusive games. Well, right now, it just, right now means forever. They have no intentions on making new games. Now, that could change if this system was to take off and they feel like, hey, man, and they realize for this system to have longevity, we need to offer something different. Why do you think all the other Ataris in the past didn't make it? With the exception of the Lynx, because the Lynx did have new games. It's just that it just didn't hold up. Okay, but why do you think all these other Atari systems that they've had? So all this gaming station stuff and all these different versions of Atari games, how many of these things do you need? Then you have people who have a Steam Deck, they have a PlayStation, they have all these other different handhelds, and people have things just to be able to say, I got something different. Okay, well, at the end of the day, you can go on a TikTok shop and buy these handhelds that's the same size as the Switch or a little bigger, same size as the Steam Deck or whatever, and guess what? They're like $40. 50,000 games, 40,000. You understand what I'm saying? And you're paying $150 for a console that come with 200 games. And to be honest with you, only real Atari heads are going to really want this system. I told you guys, remember, I did several videos ago, I did a video telling you there is a lane, there is interest and room for retro gaming. But retro gaming, in terms of what's old, I wasn't necessarily talking about an actual system that gives you nothing but retro gaming. Those type of things are bought and it's like, okay, cool, I have this system. These systems and this Atari system is mostly going to be played, even if people are creating content, it's going to be played within maybe people in the same house. This isn't going to be we're online playing a game that came out in 1980. They're not going to do that, okay? And those people didn't grow up in an era of online. It means nothing to them. You understand what I mean? And the type of games that this system has, pinball and like all the old Tempest and all that. Who the hell wants to do two players with that? You know, like what are you gonna do? Split screen, or you go, then I go, and you go, and look. Bottom line is, this system is not gonna be, as far as I just from what I'm looking at in a realistic way, this system is not gonna be a heavy hitter like the Switch, like what you have with Microsoft and Sony. It's not gonna do that. This is strictly for people that love retro. When I'm talking about a room for retro, I'm talking retro style games with updated retro style games. Like, we have different features, because what happens, and that's what retro games lack, is features. It seems like everybody that make retro games just have the same mentality. Oh, just pick up a controller and play, and then the app is like, okay, and what else can we do on here? People are very spoiled. But the problem with people right now, I don't know how we got to this point where people don't understand what's important anymore, but I don't need video games. I don't consider myself a gamer. I'm just a man that enjoy playing video games. I grew up on it. Just like them guys that grew up playing checkers and tic-tac-toe and all that, and they still sit there playing checkers. Okay, no, you can play checkers on fucking video games. It is what it is. But the problem and the hit that the gaming community is taking right now, the gaming industry, period, is because, let's just be real, they were cranking these games out, right? Every time I go up in GameStop, yeah, man, we got this new such and such, you know, in the GameStop, they have the TV up there, and they have people talking about the new games. All that shit has come like to a screeching halt. And the problem with you gamers are, just got to be honest, a lot of you, again, are stuck on stupid. You're so busy, PlayStation, rah, rah, yeah, PlayStation Go. You're willing to spend your fucking money and waste it because you want to be able to say and prove that PlayStation is better than Xbox, Xbox is better than PlayStation and Nintendo. Who gives a shit about that goofy nonsense? If these games, and I'm going to tell you what's going to happen, if these games that you're complaining about right now, that they're coming out and they're half-assed, they're not as fun as they should have been. The only, you have like EA, and you have 2K with the WWE and with basketball, and you know, you got Madden with EA and hockey and all them other sports, and those are annual games. So they're going to be doing the same things. Now, imagine right now, for everybody that seems to think, I don't know where you get this from, for the people that seem to think a new console is going to be a way to solve this problem. What if the games are $100, $80, $70? You're already paying $70, right? These consoles are easily going to come out between $650 and $700. You willing to shell out another $700 fucking dollars just to have a system that's going to sit there and have hardly no fucking new games? And when I first started this channel, I remember I did a video and I said, man, what's this guy's name? RTG85 or whatever. I'm listening to things he's saying, and I said, okay, one of the things I noticed is he'll say a lot of shit, but when he says it, like, but it's not just him, but he's one of the bigger channels, so his voice has an influence to you know, his audience. His thumbnail will say one thing, but when he starts talking, you realize he doesn't even know. It's like, it may say something like, you know, Sony PlayStation has hit a brick wall. They'll never be the same again. That makes you go, oh shit, what happened, right? Now you go click on the video, and then he's saying things like, you know, there's a strong possibility that Sony could run into a brick wall because what they're doing is blah, and okay. But they make it seem like something happened. And this is like something that I've constantly seen. all of these demands that people have, you got to understand, people work for their money. Who the hell you think want to work for free? So I can sit here and have a plethora of fucking ideas. You can. And we can sit here and combine our ideas. But guess what? These people that's making the game, they have their own vision. Now, if you go on these Discords, you go on different channels that they have and you leave comments or whatever, now, do they actually pay attention and take heed to what is being requested and said and suggestions and things like that? Probably to a degree, but they're going to do what they're going to do. So the thing is, how you make people understand, no, that's not going to work for us, bro, is when you don't buy. Because as long as you're complaining but spending your money, don't you just sound really like ignorant? That's a goddamn, that's too much money. But you just bought the motherfucker. Like everybody right now that complains about 2K, WWE, it's this, it's that, what this game is going to need to survive. You go back and see people making these same videos 5-6 years ago. And 5-6 years later, guess what? They're still buying it. They do the same thing with Madden. Madden this, that, Madden sucks, blah, 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 this and that. And what do? They go out and buy Madden and then complain about it. And then make videos while they're playing it. But, oh, College Game Day is way better. They forget that College Game Day is made by the same exact company. And the problem is, with this annual stuff, is you guys are wasting your money. And when you hear people say, I haven't even played this mode yet, I haven't even done it, it's all about, I'm just trying to keep up with everybody else. I want to be able to say, I got that new Madden, I got that new 2K25 WWE, I got that new, rugby game that just came out, I got that. Okay, and then you sit there and make 25 videos a week bitching about the goddamn game. What's happening right now is showing you something, though. People don't appreciate, they feel entitled. I don't ever remember an era of time since I've been alive where they've been making video games. And since you've had, even before PlayStation came along, but since they came along as well, and all of these different companies were making different consoles, and the Xbox comes along, I don't ever remember a drought like this where it's like, damn, they're hardly making nothing new at all. Why do you think Marvel did what they did? And I'm like, thank you, Marvel. Look at what they did with Marvel Rivals. A free fucking game. And I looked at who was on there. And I'm waiting for so I'm just waiting for one ungrateful bastard to say, yeah, but they should have put more people. So I could say, man, you didn't pay. What did you pay for this game? Nothing. You didn't pay anything. Why don't you learn to enjoy what you have and stop complaining all the time? They just gave us the Fantastic Four. And I sat there and I played, I used them. The game is super fun and it's free. Marvel is a multi-billion-dollar company. EA is a multi-billion-dollar company. 2K is a multi-billion-dollar company. Okay, so all of these different studios, all these different games, these manufacturers, all these, do you guys not understand? They work hand in hand. They have money already. You and I are not rich. Okay, so when you're complaining but spending, you're not getting your message across. So you know what I'm saying? You get a free fucking game that's fun, and you're sitting up here bitching about, oh, but they should have put more people on it. They should have put, wow. And you know what? Here's the crazy thing. This is not little kids talking. This is grown-ass men. Grown-ass men. Complaining. Why don't you stop spending your money? Wasting your money on shit. You didn't even pay nothing for Marvel Rivals. And that's probably why, well, the game is fun, for one, but that's, I still say, another reason why you have over 500,000 people playing this game. You're not going to get more quality in a game, a much better game within a year's time. I've already said that, covered that several times with these annual games. And when you are using your imagination, which is what most people do, it's like, example, we talk about AEW Fight Forever. All of this shit that people was asking for. Okay, fine. But the thing that puzzled me about people was like, why are you guys acting like AEW promised us this shit? I remember when they had Kenny Omega, Evil Uno, and two other guys sitting up on the panel, and they asked, is there a cage match? And Kenny Omega said no. He clearly said, the game is a fun game. It's a pick up and play game. He said it's easy to play but hard to master. He said, and we have, like the grappling system, the chain wrestling system, and I've yet to see anybody master that shit, right? But he said you're not going to see like tons of features, like it's not going to be like as many features as like 2K or nothing like that. But it's a very fun game, and you'll have it equally as much fun playing it. What do people say about AEW Fight Forever? The game is fun. They just don't have enough features on it. They never said they was going to give us a cage match. Do I want one? Fuck yeah. But I'm like, damn, you got the exploding barbed wire match and you don't even play that. So, I mean, just saying, people just complain. I hear people saying, oh, man, they got this guy on this game undisputed. Completely different story. Why? The people of Steel City sat there, and all these people did, and their fans and the content creators continued to compare this game to Fight Night Champions, and they did it the wrong way. First of all, you sound really stupid. Comparing a game that they started developing in 2020, 2021, whatever it was, okay? You start developing this game and you're comparing it to a game that had came out in 2011. And excuses, it's nothing else to compare it to. No, you don't need to compare anything. If I worked for Steel City, if I would have mentioned Fight Night Champions, you know what I would have said? I would have said something to the effect of, hey, listen, the last great boxing games that we had came from EA, and the very last one was Fight Night Champions. We love that game. We had hours of fun. We still love that game. And we just want to make a new game because we haven't had a new boxing game in so long. And hey, we're going to make this game as fun as we possibly can. We want to satisfy everybody, which you're not going to satisfy everybody because there's always going to be people that want something that the game don't have, or something that the game have maybe they don't appreciate. And it's things that, we want to make this the best boxing experience that we can, possibly make. And hey, man, let's add this to this boxing genre and start something new here. Why would I feel the need? Oh, well, on Fight Night Champion, they don't have loose footwork. Yeah, they do. They just don't call it loose footwork. It's just when you let your guard down and you're moving. Because even though your guard is down, you still can slip and move. And you dance around the ring. So it's crazy. It's like the iPhone having what they call FaceTime. Okay, I have Samsung. We have the same exact shit. They just don't call it FaceTime. Every other company just say mobile to mobile. But it's the same goddamn thing. All my, mostly everybody I know have, Samsung. We have mobile to mobile. And they also have apps that you can use. So is it that big of a deal? No, but we have it built in. We just don't call it FaceTime. That's all. And I'm listening, and it's like, and I said right here on my own videos, this could backfire, and it probably will. Steel City keep feeling this is a guy, Boxing Fanatical, or whatever he called himself, and he was working with them. Now he just did a video. I didn't really watch it, but I was told that he said that he was no longer working with Steel City or whatever it was. And my thing was, he was one of the main people trying to tell you how it was better than Fight Night Champions. And, to me, Fight Night 3 was the best one. And it's just like, okay, let's try to shoot down Fight Night Champions to build this up. First of all, Steel City is like this big compared to a giant company like EA. And EA could very easily just say, you know what, we don't even have to make a new game. You know what we're going to do? Let's unlock the 2 versions of the Bishop Brothers that everybody been trying to get. Let's add some more clothing. Let's add a few more animations, a few more arenas. Let's add about 10 more new fights. They could, or you know what, let's add a women's division. They could just sit there and say, we're going to build and Fight Night Champions just like that, because people are still playing that game to this very day. And they're doing lives and everything with it. But just like that, Steel City would have been, okay, Fight Night Champions just buried you without even making a new game. They just gave you some new shit. But as far as them making a new game, they easily just, you know what? Let's get in our bag. Let's make a new boxing game. Let's show these little motherfuckers how to do it. They easily. Now, all of those people that was rah, undisputed, this game sucks, oh, this game is trash, I want my money back. And they promise you all this other shit. Unlike AEW, who did not say, we're giving you a cage match. I remember one of these content creators said, oh, imagine the cage match. You see that blood dripping off the cage, man. And you, once again, you using your imagination. No one told you from AEW games or period. No one said, we're going to do that. This was your imagination. So right now, everybody that's saying, hey, listen, if they make a new system, I can't wait, because then they're going to have exclusives. They're going to have, you think, so in other words, you think that they're going to take their own money. You think they're going to build a system and then put their own backs against the wall to suit you. Well, they're not even doing that now, to put games out for these powerful systems that we already have. No, it's been a slowdown. Now, let's say that what's in the works are new systems. Remember, other than the companies that they may have that work directly for them, that's a lot of work as far as games go, man. This is why you need all these other companies to make games. What's going to happen? He's going to rush games out. No. And my comparison, what I said about Nintendo, being the only company right now that I see out of the big three that it would even make sense for them to make a new one, is because, let's be real, they have the ability to make a system way stronger than that current Switch. Whereas, honestly, how much more powerful, like what technology do you think right now Microsoft and Sony have at their expense to just, hey, this is going to be way more powerful than these last two systems that we just made, and you're going to see, like, I mean, oof, like this is going to blow up. Do you really think that's going to be the case? And if that would be the case, once again, we're talking like $700, man. I'm telling you, easily. And that itself will force these prices to drop, because there'll be some fool running out there with their rent money buying a goddamn new system. Oh yeah, listen, if y'all could just give us an extension, because what happened was I got laid off. Just to go get a damn video game. Man, this shit is not that serious. It's not that serious. And this is why, like what I'm saying, even with the Atari, that's for retro lovers, man. If you don't like retro games, you have no reason to buy this Atari. And there are a lot of retro lovers out there, but 146 million? I don't know. You understand what I'm saying? And bottom line, it's like, example, you can get retro games on the PlayStation. You get retro games on the Xbox. You get retro games on the Switch. All you're going to get is Atari retro games on this new system. And at least, I mean, it's 150, but like they're saying, but you get 200 games, right? 200 games that we already played. Nothing new. And if they're not going to give you new games, if that's based on the success of the system selling, what ideas do they already have for a game or games that they want to put on that system? See, it's not the same. It's really not the same. Now, let me say this. I don't know. I think they have some remastered games on there as well. That might be the case too. But it's still the same old games. So even if they have remastered games, how long is that going to last? And then too, you got to remember, Atari games are not known for having storylines, cinematic cutscenes, and all that type of, like, their games are not known for that type of stuff. So for the most part, this is, in my strong opinion, what killed the Sega Saturn. I had the Sega Saturn. I had every Sega. Every version of it. Sega CD, all of it. I had every version of Sega. Dreamcast. The problem with the Sega Saturn, they made nothing but arcade ported games. Everything. No exclusives, nothing. Everything was something you already played in the arcade. No storylines, no cut, nothing. Just a straight up arcade. So now you got Nintendo, you got, TurboGrafx 16, all these other systems where their games have storylines, there's missions, there's different things to do. And all you're doing on Sega Saturn is playing straight up arcade ports. So this is all that Atari is doing. And I can't see a bunch of little kids playing this shit. I basically see grown adults playing this and having kids saying, hey, or grandkids and going, hey, yeah, when I was coming up, I used to love playing this game called Tempest. Oh, this game right here called Berserker. And these kids are going to look at those graphics and go, I mean, if anything, okay, it's a new system and they're holding it. But those games are like these kids. Think about this. They've played shit like Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption, Tomb Raider. They've seen all these crazy graphics, and that type of shit is not going to impress them. In fact, that's what my point about the Switch, because the Switch give you dope shit. And the Switch do have beautiful graphics on it. You just can't compare them with common sense to Microsoft or Sony in terms of their graphics. And we know that you can't. It's no comparison in terms of how realistic and all that. I don't care about all that shit, though. You understand what I mean? But kids do. Grown-ups even care about it. And they sit there and go, oh, man, with the graphics on this game, I don't like the graphics. And you'll see the game and go, what's wrong with the graphics? Well, it looks cartoonish. Okay. And these are the people that would rather have a realistic-looking game that's not fun. I'd rather have a cartoony-looking game that's fun. Just to say it looks real, don't it? Yeah, but it sucks. And this is where we are. So I don't understand how you think that making a new console is the answer. In fact, it's just like people that were saying they need to just give up on Fight Forever and make a Fight Forever 2. Make this make sense. Your complaint about this game is that they have features in the game that they just need to unlock. You're willing to spend your money again on a new version of this old game. Same graphics, same style, same everything. They're not going to call it Fight Forever 2 and then all of a sudden it looks way different. No. And you've gotten the mindset of this whole annual 2K bullshit. So now you're willing to go spend more money? If you're complaining about this, and just think about how you be playing yourself out. All they have to do is unlock these modes that are already in this game. Now, adding a cage match, some other matches, they gave us tournament, beat the elite, they gave us some other stuff, but whatever else they come up with on their own, newer other matches they added, okay. But bottom line, you're willing to go spend more money just for a game, a remake of the game has a different cover art, okay? Pretty much the same game, few new faces, and all they did was really just unlock what was already in the game, and then gave us some more match types, when they could have just did this on the first one. Quick to give up, wave the white flag, it's over, it's dead. This is what I mean about this childish, kid-like behavior that people have. If you are willing to do that, then I think it makes more sense to grow the fuck up, shut up, sit back, think. They can just unlock this shit. Yeah. They can send updates. They can send different more. Why do we need to go and buy? Because I can tell you what, I love the game. I'm not fucking going out to go buy this same fucking game again just for the sake of, oh, now it has features that they could have unlocked already. This needs to be a completely different game. You're saying it's going to be. AEW isn't telling you that. Then Tony Khan comes out and makes it clear. We want to make more games in the future. Definitely, absolutely. But right now, for the foreseeable future, we're going to update, Fight Forever and support this game, for years to come to keep it relevant and, add more wrestlers and updates and stuff. What sense does it make for him to not do that? The game is only a fucking year old. It's yeah, well, more than a year old. It's closing in. I forgot when it came out in the summertime, right, or whatever. But it's closing. It's coming close to 2 years now. At the end of the day, what went wrong between them and Ukes? Ukes isn't the begin all end all. Now, maybe they can smooth things out or have things work out between them. They can come to an agreement and work together, or they take it elsewhere and have another company build on what they already have. That's what makes sense to me. No different from the people that did Retromania. And in fact, if you guys remember this wrestling game called, I think it's Wrestling X for the Steam Deck. For Steam, yeah, well, guess what? After 10 years, they finally had added some things and touched up on that game. And the game was only $10. So for $10, what did you really think you were going to get? But yeah, I mean, people just, I feel like a lot of you guys listen to these content creators and you just take whatever they say without thinking. And we're all grown. So nobody should be able to steer you the wrong direction. But the way you guys see things, I don't see the logic in it. I don't see where it even makes sense. And this is why, like, even for example, I know a guy who has, like, my movie library, everything. Like, he has all of these games and all, right? He doesn't even have the systems anymore. Right now, the only system he has is a PS4. Man, this dude got games for all these other systems, and he's like, yeah, but man, I don't know. And I'm like, so you're going to try to go buy all these systems over again? Yeah, man. I said, do you have like whatever store Sony has to get games and all? And he says, well, I mean, I don't buy stuff online. I just buy like the hard copy. I said, okay, well, I don't know. But you got all these other games and you have nothing to play them on. That's why I said before, guys, when I had all those other systems and I traded all that shit in and I wound up getting my GameCube and all these games and controllers and all, and I'm like, that stuff probably wouldn't even work now. I had to wind up getting a new system, right? And I wasn't mad. It's just I missed that stuff. But then it was like, whatever. All right, nothing. And I went on. Now he has all those games and nothing to play it on. Now, imagine somebody like him, for example. New PS6 come out. He go and grab that. Now you got all these other games he can't even play. You understand what I'm saying? Now, for you to really get the full benefits, you need to get, it's just like if I can't buy games from the eShop, if I can't buy games from if I don't have my Game Pass or whatever, I still have my games. So it's not like I can't play it, but it's just like, man, we have all of these games that we haven't even played yet. And you guys are fiending and starving for a new system. Grow up. Wake up. All you're doing is giving these people your fucking money. That's all you're doing. And complaining about what you're buying. This shit sucks. It's your money. What game is that we play? Is it Sleeping Dogs or one of those games? I don't think it's Yakuza. It's one of those games where you like downtown, like in Japan or whatever, and the vendor is like, you buy pork bun, you buy now. You buy pork bun now, right? That's how these that's how these companies are. They just do it with a smile on their face. Yeah, they want you, when you walk into a store, do you think people want you to come in there and window shop? Or do you think they want you to come in there and spend money? They pay bills with your money. They pay their workers with your money. That's how it's business. Do you need to buy a $700 system? Are you proud of spending $70 to $100 every time a new game come out? So when something does come out, instead of appreciating this shit and okay, yeah, you guys are just, oh man, this game sucked. Oh man, they should have did this, they should have did that. It's like, it's no making you guys happy. That's another reason why I assist it. Because even for example, I'll tell you the first corny bullshit, old played out dumb shit that all of these content creators and everybody's going to do. The second they make, because usually all these systems come out around the same time. And that's why I feel like Nintendo's in a unique position right now, because they're the only system that makes sense if they did make a new one. And I already told you why. But the day that they release any of those systems, and usually Microsoft and Sony, all of them come out around the same time, or, First fucking thing they want to do. Who sold the most systems this week? Who's number one? It's like, who gives a fuck, man? If you want things to be less toxic, stop feeding into ratings and sales and all that bullshit. When you look at something to show these liars, like you just make up shit just to, wow your audience, but you're lying about shit. Who gives a fuck about their ratings? Perfect example is the other day, this guy was talking about AEW's ratings on, and I knew it was bullshit if he said anything other than what he said, because there's no access to it. You can only get ratings to what they do on TNT and TBS. So the ratings on Max, basically what was said was that Max is very pleased, AEW is very pleased, and that AEW is amongst the top with live events. That's basketball, football, all the sports and all or whatever, right? And that Max have made it stated that AEW is doing extremely well. Okay, now you got the Bischoffs, you got the Jim Cornettes and the Dutch Mantels and all these people. Oh, but blah 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 blah. AEW this, AEW that. And then all of a sudden, a few minutes later, I see something on AEW's on their was it their Instagram or their Twitch or their TikTok? One of them, and they were saying basically coming this year that their pay-per-views will be on Amazon Prime, and that their pay-per-views always sell well. And basically, when they were with the Bleacher Report, that most of their sales, the biggest sales, was coming from Amazon Prime. So now they're gonna have their pay-per-views on Prime. So now, boom, boom. Just look at what this company did in that short amount of time. 3 shows that they end up coming up with. They end up with TV deals. Okay, they end up on a streaming app now and about to be on their second streaming app all in the same year. But yet you still have people, I want to prove superiority for the WWE. This goofy shit. Man, who gives a fuck? I don't even care about these ratings and shit. And the reason that I bring things to your attention is, like I said, to show you the lies that people tell you. And if you sit back and think as a grown-ass man, you'll really understand how stupid this shit is. And instead of, if I don't like something, I just don't like it, stay away from it. If you like something, you like a genre, but something in that genre isn't delivering or whatever, okay, whatever. I'm not sitting up here telling people to lie, but it's just like all people want to do is find shit to complain about. If you choose to do stories and do news on certain things, well, guess what? If you're not liking what you're getting, well, okay. But this is not even the case for most people. They just bitch and they act like this shit is like ruining their lives. Like they have to go to therapy because they watched a bad episode of fucking SmackDown, or they watched a bad episode of AEW or TNA or whatever. Like it's not that serious. It's really not. You got to stay away from toxic shit. If you just sit and look at your Google, I guarantee you, anybody watching this video, just look at your Google every hour. And I guarantee you, every hour, something about AEW is popping up. And it's always somebody making some claim about them not doing this and that. Oh, their crowds are even smaller. Yes, dumbass, by design. TNA went through this phase where they had, I think, they said 10. And then you got people going, well, it was only 8. But bottom line, whether it was 8 or 10,000 people that came to one of their Bound for Glory shows. And basically what they were doing, they were renting out 15, 16,000 seat arenas. Why do that? See, that whole, you got to do it, you got to do it big. And I'm saying, yeah, but see, you guys are overlooking what's really happening. If you're getting, and TNA was getting like 3,500 people per show at their week-to-week shows. And why rent out an arena that big when it's not even half full? Now, you know who's pissed off? The people who want to sit there, nah, and take pictures and videos so they can show everybody how empty the building is. The last show that TNA just had, somebody said they had a huge crowd. No, they didn't have no huge crowd. In fact, it probably wasn't even 3,000 people. It was a much bigger crowd than what they used to getting. But now, when you look back and say, now when they was getting 3,500 people to show, you motherfuckers was, oh man, 3,500 people. WWE is putting 16,000. Like, when you as men learn to get up off your knees and take that long penis called WWE out of your mouth, why the fuck does it make you motherfuckers so happy? The thought of another company not making it. The thought of another company going out of business. What is, it's so crazy because all these fake TNA fans, now that they're working with WWE, all of a sudden TNA rocks. Yeah, Kick rocks with that shit. So yeah, AEW was smart enough to understand this. Okay. They're getting 6,000, 5,000, 6,000. Between that, something like that, whatever. What's the purpose of having 16,000 seat arenas? And then you got a lot of empty seats. No. Get smaller buildings so they're always filled up. And when people can't get in and they want to go to these shows, it becomes more of a demand for it because, damn, last time I tried to get a ticket, they were sold out. So you rent the building according to your max. And that's what you do. Now, doesn't it look way better when they pan that crowd and the building is packed in versus, it's not that the crowds are small. 6,000 people is a lot of fucking people. But if you got 16,000 seats, there's a lot of empty seats. So now you got 6,000 people, and let's say the building holds 5,000. That's 1,000 people that couldn't get in. That's 1,000 people that saying, damn, next time I'm going to go to the next one. Oh, next time they come, I'm going to go. Right? Bottom line, but this is my point. And you got these people sitting up here going, yeah, but oh man, they got small. You don't understand business. You don't understand anything other than just spewing hate and stupidity. That's why you downsize the building. It makes all the sense. Now, not only that, it gives it a more interesting feel because the camera, they pan the whole crowd. We all know what happens when the camera's just in one angle and they just keep showing one side, because we know that other side is, and that's on any company. WWE went through that same phase. But at the same time, you have people they say they're wrestling fans. You're not wrestling fans. You're WWE fans. That's what you are. You don't give a shit about wrestling. The only fucking thing you care about with other wrestling is what wrestlers you see that you think should go to the WWE. And then when they decide, nah, I'm going to AEW, he's underrated. Oh, he's wasting his time. He's this, he's that. Right. You know better than everybody else what's best for them. This is what I'm saying. You guys don't even use sound judgment when it comes to you spending your own fucking money. But yet, you're complaining. They're forcing us to buy. No, they're not forcing you to do anything. Microsoft can't make me do shit. Okay? 2K can't make me do shit. Nintendo, whatever. No, they can't make me do anything. It's what you choose to do. And how you get your point across. One of the families said that in the comment section the other day about the same thing with this, man. When you're not spending your money, they start going to the think tank. Let me think. Okay, we're not selling these systems like we thought we were. Maybe it's because they're $700. You know what? Let's bring it down to $500, like the last system. Cool. Guess what starts happening? Sales increased this week was such and such. Yeah. They overpriced these games. Guess what? Not buying. Sales in video games went up. That's what happens. So rich people have this detachment from reality. See, they're not around so-called common folk all day so they don't understand. Their ears are not to the streets. They don't get it. See, they think you want this so bad that you're dumb enough to go spend money that you need for your rent or your car insurance or to put food in your baby's belly. Why do you think Donald Trump could say some shit like, I could literally take a loaded gun and kill someone and people would still vote for me? Why do you think he can say that? And didn't that motherfucker become president? Yeah. Because they know the stupidity of human beings. They know the idiosyncrasies of human beings. People will complain, but you're still going to buy it, aren't you? Oh, yeah. Oh, shut up. Shut up. Bottom line, shut up. How the fuck do you decide you're going to take your money and waste it? Because if you're complaining about the product you get, then you wasted your money. Simple. You guys remember when I made the video saying, like I said, this can come back to haunt Undisputed Steel City, and I believe it will. Not because I hoped it will. I've seen this shit enough times to know the possibilities of things happening. And my thing was like, you got to understand, okay, if you made a video game and people are punching like this, right? And you're saying, I don't like the way they're punching. They just need to make some touch-ups. That means now we have to get somebody else. We got to go reshoot this animation. We got to get somebody, And if that's how they have, that's what I'm telling you. I saw the flaws in this game, even the Philly shell. When you in the fucking Philly shell, right? And you hear, you know what people do with this hand? They catch and they shoot, right? A lot of times they catch here, or they might catch you, they might turn into a punch, and then they come around. You see the Philly shell on there? This shit is like this. What the fuck is this? His hand is down, trying to, nobody's punching you in the groin, and they just hop around. The movements look so stupid. If you throwing a punch, and you, right? If you notice how they throw punches, if I'm throwing a straight, and I go, right, I turn into it, right? What are they doing on Undisputed when they throw a power punch? Who the fuck punches like that? Who punches like that? When you throw an uppercut, bam, you turn into that shit. Bam, right? Bam. Who the fuck throws uppercuts like this? Well, George Foreman kind of does that shit. But y'all get what I'm saying. And I'm watching the bad mechanics. I'm like, yeah, this game is not. See, the problem is y'all want something that's fake to be real. You want that real boxing feel. I get it. But it's still a video game. And you want it to be so real that it takes the fun out the game. Simply because you guys are not mature enough to understand. It's just a fucking video game. Which should make you less enthusiastic and willing to spend your fucking money on something that you're watching with flaws, but telling yourself, by the time the game launches, they'll fix that. Do you know how many countless people said that? And I'm sitting there like, yeah, setting yourselves up for failure. Somebody's trying to wake people up and bring awareness. That's all I'm trying to do. All these other people that sit up here and feed you guys bullshit, and it's like y'all have that keep hope alive mentality. You have to know that this is garbage, man. You have to know this. Example of something, right? I have a tablet. I have a cell phone. Now, the tablet is not that big, and I wanted a bigger screen. Now, I could go out and buy another tablet to replace the one that I have. I can go out and do that. But why do I need to? I don't. So what I did, I love Samsung DeX because it gives you that laptop feeling, the screen. And so I bought a monitor. 16 point something inch monitor, okay? When I plug my phone into it, it looks just like a laptop. And I have my Bluetooth keyboard and everything works. Okay, do you understand? I paid $150 for the monitor. Why do I need to go spend another $1,400 or whatever, $800? I don't have to. Can I? Yes. I didn't need to. This is my point. When you walk into a store to pay your bill, when you walk into a store to purchase something, don't they always try to sell you something? Oh, just so you know, did you, hey, come here for a minute, hey, here. Because you know what they do? They pull up your information. They already see what you own. They see if you're paying on things, like whatever. Oh yeah, I see you got now you got the watch. Oh, they got the new watch. Yeah, it does. Nah, I'm good. I appreciate you though. I'm good though. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, the earbud. I'm good. I got everything I need. All I want to do is pay this bill. Or do you stand up there and walk all over the store trying to make them happy, knowing damn well you're not going to buy this shit? Or are you so weak that you spend your money and buy anyway to make them happy? Because at the end of the day, if I need it, it's not that I need it. It's if I want it. I don't need none of that shit. I don't need a tablet. I do work on it, but I don't need 100-inch fucking TV. I don't need this shit that I just want. So I'm not buying something. Here's the deal. I will buy something, see it for what it is. I enjoy it. I see what it can do and what it can't do. You know what I don't do? Let me go log on, type this in, and see what people are saying about it. Now people start ranting. You know what? Yeah, I don't know why we can't do that. We should be Nah, man. Make life easier. Stop being so fucking complicated. Stop being so fucking emotional. This is the most emotional era of people I've ever seen. Stop being so fucking emotional. Getting in your feelings about everything and always making a problem. Understand you have that power. I promise you, if you are not spending your money, prices go down. If the industry, the gaming industry was to fall, it's not going to happen overnight. But if it fell off little by little and just became a thing of the past, hey man, so be it. And it's fucked up, because like I said, we like to play games. But I guarantee you, the majority of you people that bitch and complain to be the first one, man, it's fucked up, man. I used to love playing this and this and this. I used to love it. And I'm like, I look at you and say, you know what's funny? I never heard you say you love anything. When you had a channel, all you did was bitched about everything. Complained about every fucking thing. You never had fun doing nothing. Now that this shit's not here anymore, now all of a sudden you miss it. For people that monetize their channels, you guys should know better than anybody. I'm not telling you to go sell people bullshit, but what you need to do is be honest with yourselves. Because if you can't be honest with yourself, you're going to lie to your audience. And you are the ones feeding bullshit. Okay? Not to throw it back in your faces again. But when I fucking told you, when Xbox and Nintendo Force that later came, Games and Entertainment, told you. I'm not trying to hear nothing about what no content creator told you. I don't give a fuck what a content creator told you. I had an idiot come in my comment section and tell me, why you hating on such and such? Idiot, I don't know this motherfucker. So as far as you talk about hating, you talking to a grown man. Grow the fuck up. Go take that kitty lingo bullshit somewhere else. I'm going by what the fuck Tony Khan said. So unless Tony Khan is lying and somehow this content creator know more about what the fuck this man is going to do with his money, what decisions he's going to make, then hey, then you got me. But until I find out that that's the case, I'm going by what Tony said. Oh, watch, you're going to be eating crow because there's no more after season 5 because such and such told me. Right. Ain't it funny how the very names that y'all said ended up coming back going, I may have missed something because Tony Khan said, right, the same shit I said. Why the fuck would you make a second version of something? All you did was made a game. You didn't complete the game. There's still time to do it. That's all you did. You should have done these things at the start. But I told you, they had a different mindset. And they told you that. I mean, I'm sure I can go pull up the footage and play it and show you. With Kenny Omega, and I'm telling you, it's not going to be like 2K with that many features like that. But it's going to be a very fun game. You guys are the ones. Oh, but they should do this. Then they should put an ambulance match. And they should put Hell in a Cell. Are you that stupid just today, or is that every day? They're going to take WWE fucking events and put them into their game. Like, really? And then you had the modders. Remember that? Making the triple cage and all these. Yeah, the first thing everybody started doing these modders. Oh shit, Edge. Oh shit, the Usos, Roman Reigns, The Rock. I'm like, so you motherfuckers have 2K, but anytime something wrestling related comes out, all you want to do is make a WWE roster. Like, I really don't understand how these airheads think, man. It's like when I play Maximum Football, I use the teams they have. Even if I could use mods, I have Madden. What the fuck do I need to put the NFL teams in Maximum Football for when that's not the case? So they don't have the license, so they made their own teams, their own play. They did what they did. Okay, cool. That's what the game offers. It's a fun game. When I want to play Madden, I'll play Madden. When I want to play Maximum Football, I'll play Maximum Football. Why do I need to go play Access Football? Oh, I'm going to turn all this to NFL. I don't need to do that shit. They don't say their names. It's not that it's crazy because it's like, wow, y'all really think that you really out playing, football. You really think, like, bro, look at me. Listen to me. They're just video games. You're not really in a wrestling ring. You're not really Roman Reigns. That's not really him. It's like when you die, that's your physical body there, but there's no more life in it. It's gone. You're done. You're out of here. These are video games. All right? That's all. You're not really using the New England Patriots. So it's a video game. That's all it is. And if you can't have fun and enjoy what you're doing, why the fuck are you doing it? No, spending more money is not going to be the key. That's not going to make these games come out faster. What's going to happen? They're going to come up with better ideas because no. I'm telling you, and y'all do what y'all want. It's your money. But the amount of bitching that y'all do, I don't understand. It's like maybe y'all like being unhappy. Because if I'm unhappy right now because, they're not making enough gas, I'm like, man, listen, like I told you, they got games on Game Pass. A lot of them could be old games, but they're new to me because I never played them. And for me to sit here, everything I be new, I'm not buying every new game that come out. I'm very selective of what I buy. So it's not bothering me, but I noticed this drought. It's not bothering me. I'm fine with what I have. And if your gaming community, if you're scared, like if you're a content creator and you're scared that your numbers are going to go down, communicate with your community and let them know. Listen, that's why I'm here to educate you motherfuckers with common sense. Let them know. Look, there's a slowdown in games. There's a slowdown in everything. So we pick games to play that we're going to have fun. Y'all been with me all this time. I need y'all to stay with me. You understand what I'm saying? Stay with me. Keep the numbers up. Keep the family strong. And this and this and that. Hey, tell me what games y'all want to see me play. Whatever. But if you fucking think that your success of your channel is only going to come on just one game, come on, y'all. You know better than that. You know better than that. There was this game I used to see like so many people playing, mostly on TikTok. I don't remember the name of it, but it's like you're up in the clouds and shit. You're running your chain at the waist to another person. So you got to everything got to be in sequence. Kind of remind you of Rayman Legends a little bit, only you're chained together. In concept, I mean, with the, because on Rayman, when you're running, you got to, or Contra, anything where you have to be, together. Because if you go too far, somebody's going to miss their jump and lose a life and all of that. Man, I can't tell you the last time I seen anybody play that game. And I'm talking like within months, like that game every day. And then I realized it was the same people playing this game all the time. And I looked, I'm like, damn, and little by little. So people don't appreciate things, man. They just outgrow things. All right, next, I've been playing this 2 weeks already. I need a new game. Even games you haven't beaten yet. Nah. This whole drought with movies and everything. And y'all notice, you remember during COVID, it was a problem with getting all these different type of chips and all of that. And even, since COVID being really strong in that time, look at right now, look, how much has really changed. There's still a lot of places that was hiring during COVID are still hiring right now. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world, man, a lot. And there's a lot of things that's happening in a way where it's not beneficial to us. So y'all gotta start looking at what's more important. You know, if case in point, and then I gotta go. If the gaming industry came to an end right now, no more monetizing your channels, no more online play. Like in terms of video games, I'm perfectly fine just sitting in my home playing video games. And my YouTube channel would just be used for something else at that point. That's why it's games and entertainment. Because I told you, I didn't want to limit myself to just games. Do you understand what I mean? If you look on my channel, there's times I played certain board games on here, did different things in my travel, just other shit. You understand what I mean? So if games got phased out, then guess what? It ain't about games anymore. I have other shit to talk about. That's what you have to do. That's what you have to do. But you can't sit here and tell yourselves that somebody's forcing you to do. Nobody's forced you to do anything. All you need to do is use your common sense. I wouldn't have a problem surviving and making it in life. You got a lot of people. You never know what could happen. A lot of people right now can't afford no damn $700 system. So people might just get a gaming system just to have games to play. And what the system they have might not be much of a social thing. Like I go online, I can't find nobody playing this system, or these little handhelds and all or whatever. So it doesn't matter. So you might have somebody that might say, "Hey, I'm gonna buy this Atari because Atari is a well-known name." But you got to understand the type of games that's on there, because then you get it and go, "This is not what I thought." This is what I'm saying. That system is for old school Atari lovers. It's not for just random game playing guys. I mean, I'm not saying there's not somebody out there that might not that won't appreciate the game, even though they're not into retro. Maybe they might get into retro. More than likely no. But just saying, it's just one of these things, y'all. It's not hard to understand. You are in control of you. All jokes aside about everything, man. You guys are in control of you. It's your money. You go to work and earn your money. And you're going to let somebody influence you or tell you should buy this, or you feel compelled because you want to be able to say, I got it too. I don't give a fuck if a movie come out Friday. I go watch that motherfucker Saturday or next week when it's like the crowd is not so big. I don't like sitting in the crowded movie theater. Oh, can I get it on Prime? You know what? Fuck it. I'll watch it at home. Just saying. I don't give a fuck if I don't see that fight live. I'll watch the replay. It's not that serious, y'all. And I try to connect with y'all on a more mature adult level, because all I see is a bunch of kiddie shit. And people don't understand. We're here to have fun. We're not here to be miserable. Unfortunately, you have far more miserable people in this world than people that are just, satisfied, enjoying life. And then they find their way into your channel. Oh, this fucking game sucks. I hate this game. Blocked. Not because you don't like a game. The fact that you went out your way to make that known. It's obvious if we're playing a fucking game or we're talking about a certain that we like what we're doing. And all that is, oh, these niggas, they too happy. Fuck that. No, let me come out here and act stupid now. Nah, we don't have time for that ignorant shit. Go take that shit somewhere else. Simple. Anyway, being that I haven't done lives on this channel yet, I purposely make my videos, some of these videos, more lengthy than others, because it's my way of getting all this shit out. And like I said, man, while you cleaning up your house or you doing whatever, you cleaning your car out or whatever, just turn me on and listen. Or just throw me up on the motherfucking screen, get some popcorn and motherfucking take notes. At the end of the day, y'all, we just here to have fun. But you got to use your head, that's all. Nobody can make you spend your money. You know what I'm saying? If I have a choice, hey, I miss my systems and all that, don't get me wrong. But hey, listen, I got to put food on the table. I got to keep the lights on, the water running, the cars going. You understand what I'm saying? For me to be sitting here worried about some fucking video games, least of my worries, y'all. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all right now. I will catch you guys on the next video.